All right. I'm a mimic, and it's time for us to play Alan Wake 2. Just as soon as these notifications go out. There we go. Taxi Hack, congrats on first. Glad you can make it. Nice emotes. So last time we were playing, we finally got into the Ocean View Hotel, which seems to be closely related or possibly even another form of the Ocean View Motel from Control. Because throughout the hotel, there are rooms that have the same symbols as the ones in the Ocean View. We can't enter any of them, and I'm actually kind of curious if that's a way out of the dark place. But Alan has been going and writing a story. It's a story about a murder cult that infiltrates a play about a murder cult. And we just got the last thing we need, I'm pretty sure, to enter the room where the actual murder happens. So we're going to go down there. I'd been hoping to find a room key that will let us go talk to Tim Breaker, but we haven't run across a key for 209 yet. But we're going to go down to room 108 and see what we find. So let's go. And we had just run from an embodiment of the darkness. And it trapped us in room 601. I'm doing okay on painkillers. I don't think there's anything we need to move from the shoebox. Let's see where this leads. It wouldn't surprise
The
me
Muse
if
was the murder victim. The final scene took place in room 108.
That's right, the Muse. So I was curious if it's trying to parallel some of the things from Alan Wake 1, where Barbara was Tom Zane's muse. But it's very kind of the hotel to take us back to the entrance hall from the 6th floor. And it is currently set as the devil, isn't it? Okay, let's try changing it to the climax. After the gruesome deed, it was time to clean up the mess.
That change the story.
I've had enough of that freaking gumshoe dick asking too many freaking questions. Not letting us proper police take care of it.
This is our chance to make the powers that be happy. We'll be set for life. Part of the inner circle.
Well, amen to that, partner. I like it. And so will the fraternity, the club, the word. Our dear friends with many names. The way I see it, it was a lone nut job. A junkie out of his mind on some fancy new designer drug.
Open and shut case. All we gotta do now is dump the evidence from room 108 in the usual place in the alley.
Interesting that it seems to have... That felt like Thornton and Morrison again. But it looks like I may be having some stuttering issues. Hopefully I fixed them.
Oh.
But now this looks like an actual murder scene. And it said room 108, but I do have 2 other places to check besides just room 108, and I'm really tempted to go check those first. Am I still having really bad stuttering? Yeah, I am. Okay. I'm still dropping a lot of frames. I'd been hoping what I did fixed it. You saw some before, but not now? Okay. No, I'm dropping tons of frames. What's going on? Sorry about this, everybody. Well, if you see any more stuttering, let me know right away. And I'll try restarting the stream.
Wait.
Okay. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one that goes upstairs. So we're going to go upstairs, I think. Is what I want to do. Just to save the murder scene itself for last. I don't know. It does seem to be leading me straight to 108. I shouldn't do it out of order. That's how I break things. I'm good at breaking things. These poor people pretending to be cultists being murdered by cultists. . The awful finale. The site of a ritualistic murder. I wasn't expecting the flooding. Okay. Hey, Arrowbreaker, congrats on your watch streak. The fact that we started getting an overlap there really makes me want to go check the other two first. Especially since it keeps calling room 108 the final scene. So we're going to go upstairs. Try the other two scenes. And then we'll go and deal with room 108. Wait, were the other two scenes actually upstairs? Hold on. Reception. Oh, the room 209 key is in 206? How did I miss that? Okay, so there's a scene here, there's a scene here. Rehearsal room's 202. Okay. So, since I mentioned wanting to go back to Tim Breaker, we're going to do that first. It's super nice of them to just tell me that I missed a key. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. New map, huh?
Yep. Like, I've never been to New York, but I can tell you that this ain't it.
I heard you humming again.
Yeah, I can't get this song out of my head. It's a real earworm. I hear it in my dreams.
I know that song you keep humming. It's the theme from Night Springs.
That old sci-fi show?
Sci-fi horror anthology. I used to write for a long time ago.
Like, it sounds a bit nuts, but I think the song is connected to Door. Or it's my subconscious telling me that this is all pretty out there.
Yeah, probably a bit of both, honestly. That's an interesting looking map. Why do you have those locations circled? Okay. I don't know what's new. I think it's this one. Yeah, the green is new. The red-headed woman. Connected to Door? I know her. Where do I know her from? Her identity changes? Connected to polyhedrons? She will come for me? She's connected to polyhedrons, huh? I guess that's true in both Quantum Break and Control, isn't it? Because she's connected to the, Oh no, I forgot what the name of the device in Quantum Break is. If anybody remembers, please tell me in chat. And then there's also Polaris and Hedron in control. There's that diving picture again. Is it just me, or does he keep getting more and more organized? Like, he knows exactly what he's doing. The Chronon Field Regulator, CFR, that was it. Thank you. Okay, let's take a look at the map he gave us. Huh, it looks like we already grabbed all of the words of power that were in here. Okay. Well, let's check out the rehearsal room first, and then we'll come back to the ballroom. Thanks, Tim. Okay, so this, instead of being the devil, will be the climax. It's time for applause.
The plot changed the details of the world.
So it looks like it mostly added the crime scene numbers. What was that? Like, it let me pick something up, but there was nothing there. Alright. So let's go switch the ballroom as well. Oop. We'll switch the ballroom. And then go down to 108. Oh. Oh, how did I miss this? Oh, there's nothing in it anyway. Quick save. With the dark art done, another grim performance began. I arrived. I just want to wake. Yeah, see, it looks mostly the same. It just adds these crime scene numbers. But there was another thing. Did you see that? There was something to interact with.
Alan Wake. Darkness inside.
Soon what had happened here would be just another urban legend. No one would know the truth, except for the cult and Casey. The dirty cops would make sure none of this would be traced back to their diabolical masters hiding in the dark.
Okay, so it gives Wake commentary. I guess, if anything, I would expect that would make it more real. Oh. Why can't we... Once we change it, we can't leave. Okay. Well, let's change it back, I guess.
This was something out of a horror story, but I had to keep going.
Because it won't let us out of there with the climax actually set like that. Quick save. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Where are we? Oh, I have to go around the other way. Interesting.
Wake. I need the work.
Yeah, it looks like I might still be getting a little bit of freezing. Before we continue, I'm going to try something real quick. Hold on just a second. Hopefully this doesn't break it. Did it break it? Are we back? Okay, are we back? Is everybody still here? Hopefully. I'm gonna give us just a minute. Make sure everybody actually gets back in. There we go. There we go. Welcome back. Okay. Time for the final scene. It's weird seeing the train station and diver imagery continuing. That was a record. Like a vinyl. And I can't tell what song's playing on the radio. That doesn't look good though. Looks like the cult again. Lost on the shore between the forest and the ocean, the owl and the deer reflected in motion. In his room he will hurt her, in hers he is caught. His story ends, her story does not. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Is the video choppy again? I stopped dropping frames. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not busted. If it's still choppy, can you try restarting Twitch? So, looking at this, the forest would be Saga, Bright Falls, you know, that area. While the ocean would be the Dark Place and Alan. The owl has always been Alan, because he has that owl in his writing room. Is just you restarting the stream helped? Okay, good, I'm glad. So the owl is always seen in Alan's writing room. And even the two giant windows in that room kind of look like owl eyes. And then Saga keeps the deer in her mind place and keeps petting the deer. So I think that those are the associations. So between the forest and the ocean would be these overlaps. In his room he will hurt her, in hers he is caught. His story ends, her story does not. This sounds like Alan's story ends and Saga's story continues. But then this last part, this is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. So that last line is about Scratch, because that's what Zane told Alan at the end of Alan Wake. But the line right before that keeps getting stuck in my head. This is the ritual to lead you on. Because I feel like there's two meanings to that. There's lead you on as in to guide you. This is the ritual to lead you to the conclusion. Lead you along the story, along the path. But it could also be this is the ritual to lead you on as in to lie to you. And I'm wondering if this whole thing is lying to Alan, especially with how Warlin Door seems to be messing with Alan. I don't know. Let's go through the door.
This was the murder site. There was a record at the bottom of the bathtub, beneath the body. Somehow it was important.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. You're going to dig a record out from beneath a body? Okay. Be prepared for flashing lights.
Another step. Somehow I was closer to home. Closer than ever before. It's you again. The FBI agent. Saga Anderson. I'm closer now. I can feel it. You helped me get closer to escaping.
Wake? Or are I still trapped? Yeah, the clicker. We can...
You know about the clicker? It can help us. I destroyed the Dark Presence with it last time. You can help. You can find it. You must find it.
I can get it to you. I have to understand. Did you write the story?
Alice is in danger. I have to stop Scratch. I have to find Return. I need to get back to my apartment. I'm writing a story to get through. Initiation. It's the only way.
The story. You can do that. You can write out...
It lasted only for a moment, like two planets passing in orbit. Saga Anderson was helping me go deeper, closer to escape, somehow. I had to trust her. Parliament Tower. I had to get back to my apartment, my study. I had to find the manuscript of Return.
End of part.
And some say that it moves forever, this road that I lose you on every time. And some say that it moves forever, this road. Forever. And some say that it moves forever, this road that I lose you on every time. And some say that it moves forever. nights aren't meant for me. They're meant only for you, I see. Wake up, it's only a dream on a winding road. Now they're in my bed, in the dark chamber of my head. I flip you over until you bend this winding road. Don't you ever let me go. Forever I am living, play and pretend. Forever, never, wanting it to end. This message that you send to this winding road. It's just the beginning, only the ending. Winding through me now, only the end. It's just the beginning, only the ending. Winding through me now, only the end.
So, about the overlap and experiences and the way that Alan and Saga are talking, they're definitely getting different messages than what the other is intending. Like, Alan didn't hear any of the stuff that Saga was just saying about her daughter, and thinks that Saga is just trying to help. And with the way some of those omissions were happening, it felt very on purpose. So it mentioned a record, and I'm noticing the floor isn't wet anymore. But I don't see a record anywhere. But we do need to get to Parliament Tower. Zane Classic in theaters. So the other interesting thing is I can't change... Oh wait, I can change the final scene now, just not while I'm in the room. Okay. But this is all clean now. Does that mean that the other ones are gonna be clean as well? If I switch them? It doesn't look like it. Is there anything I'm missing in this place? We might be missing an echo in here. point of interest, light shift, investigation. Maybe there's another echo upstairs. We could try going upstairs again. Especially since there's a break room. Right? Or is that locked off now? Because this point of interest always seems to be the whiteboard that Tim Breaker has about Warland Door. What did the light shift in 209 do? It led us to the rehearsal room. We have the murder site. Let me try going back upstairs real quick. Because we are missing an echo, and I'm wondering if it's in one of the two rooms that I changed. See, that leads back to 219, but I'm not seeing an echo in here. It had been set for the devil.
The plot changes shake the world around me.
And I picked something up. There had been something right here that I picked up, but I didn't seem to get any monologuing from Alan by doing so. The only other thing I can think of is if Ballroom changes now that I tried to get the record, but it doesn't seem right to me.
I ride and I ride and I ride. Darkness in some
But I do find it weird that it seals this hallway. None of these seemed to be... Is this hostile? No, none of these are hostile. Okay, so what am I missing? No, I don't seem to be missing anything here. I don't know where that echo is. In fact, it could even just be while we're on the way out. So we're going to switch this back to any of the ones that let us through. And make our way to Parliament Tower. hoping we can just leave through the actual exit. I will say I'm really glad that the body and tub just emptied of water instead of forcing us to actually reach down there.
Alan Wake.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything new. Let's go. And it actually let me out.
Parliament Tower was here, again. Zane said the manuscript of return was the key to escaping. I had to get it before Scratch did.
Don't forget to use the janitor's bucket to alternate between characters. So are you saying that I should be changing to Saga right now? Just judging by what we did last time. We went straight to Parliament Tower. And then after Parliament Tower, we switched to Saga. So that's what we're going to do this time. We're going to go to Parliament Tower. And once we do that, we'll switch to Saga. That's such a big building. Did it always have these, like, scuff marks and stuff? The first time we came through here? They seem to be coming out of all the elevators.
Go to hell!
Return. Initiation 6. Some more of the cameras. Alice? I don't like that. Why is the room red? Oh, it's
Alice had turned the bathroom into a dark room.
that makes sense. Huh, so that one in the top left is the same image we get whenever we die as Alan. Then the other two seem to be pictures of Alan coming through the door. no such thing as too personal. The photos are me. I just need to show a glimpse, make you see what's beneath the surface. Interesting. That's a lot of no's on those sticky notes. The Dark Place, opening soon. A photography and videography exhibition by Alice Wake. Okay, so the door with the swirl on it, with the spiral, was Alan's study. And that's where he said he wanted to go. But I want to explore a little bit. Motion activated TVs, an interactive experience. 2 years ago. Greetings from Hollywood. From Barry Wheeler to Alice Wake. July 23rd, 21. Hey Alice, I'm more of a fish out of water in Hollywood than I ever was in the Pacific Northwest wilderness. These yuppies with their glow-in-the-dark teeth couldn't be more fake if they had 6 fingers. And everything is so fucking great all the time, even when it is, in fact, the opposite. More than once I've thrown up in my mouth during the meetings with these movie exec jerks. But I gotta be here to look after Al's legacy. Everyone wants to gobble up the film rights for the Casey books, and they have moronic ideas of what to do with them. It's my duty to herd this horde of tanned zombies into the general direction of something resembling good taste. I'm painfully aware how deeply Al would have hated adaptations if they didn't do justice to his vision. He was a master of hating things deeply. For good reasons. I mean, that's why we loved him so much, right? Anyway, gotta hop on another video call now to talk about casting. Your pal, Barry. Well, it is cool that Barry was reaching out to Alice. Joined a cult. From Barry to Alice. May 11th, 2022. Hey Alice, you're gonna think I've been replaced by an evil double, but I've joined a cult and I love it. Joking about it being a cult. Kind of. Blessed Wellness Retreat. Blessed Wellness Retreat. Working with Al or the Andersons was tough sometimes, but these movie biz types are insane. My stress levels were through the roof, but then I was tipped off about the retreat. The best decision I ever made. I have never felt this good and, well, healthy. The guy who runs this place, Chester, is a goddamn miracle worker. Not a wacko in any way. I know you think I'm full of shit, but I've lost a ton of weight. You wouldn't recognize me. Chester says I'm lucky to have ended up here, that something bad would have happened to me if I'd stayed in New York. I believe him. I wasn't feeling great after everything that happened, especially after those FBC creepos wanted to chat with me. Enough to turn anyone into a conspiracy nut. Hope you're good over there. Come visit anytime. West Coast is not as bad as I made it sound in my earlier mails. Your pal, Barry. This is a really concerning email. Because Blessed or Blessed, whichever way you pronounce it, was the name of the organization in control that is collecting altered artifacts, altered items, objects of power. Was Chester mentioned in Control? Was that the name of the person running it? I'm gonna have to go back and look. Especially since he specifically mentioned FBC, I think it's connected. Checking in. From Barry to Alice, June 20th, 2022. Hey Alice, checking in because I haven't heard from you. Everything good back there? I've been trapped in non-stop meetings with no breaks. Open kimono? I've considered peeing in a mug, and lunches be damned. How these people ever get a movie made when all they do is sit in meetings is beyond me. Your pal, Barry. That's really gross. That's really gross, Barry. I'll handle it. From Barry to Alice, March 28th, 2023, 6 months ago. Hey Alice, sharks circling. They now want to turn what happened to Al into a movie and or a TV show and or, get this, a fucking video game. I told them to fuck off. Also, in case you hear about this from someone else, a true crime writer named Tammy Booker is working on a book about Al. I hunted down her publisher and told them we'll sue. Tammy Booker is the journalist that we met in Bright Springs as Saga. Interesting. I like how they're like, it's gonna be a video game. Well, we already played it. How is everything? From Barry to Alice. May 9th, 2023. 4 months ago. Hey Alice, everything good with you back home? Just checking in. Tried to call but couldn't reach you. You were probably just deep in your creative process. I know how you artists get when you're in the middle of your projects. Everything else disappears. If you call back and can't reach me, I'm doing whatever it is an executive producer is supposed to do. Still a mystery to me. Oh, and if you want me to help with anything business related with your exhibition, just say the word. Your pal, Barry. It is really nice that Barry's staying in contact with Alice. Look at all these books. A lot of books. So can I open this room?
I needed to get inside the manuscript.
Still can't get in there. Okay. So this is probably a setup of her exhibition. Part 1, The Depths.
For months after Ellen died, I didn't leave the apartment. I was flattened by the confusion, shock, the guilt, fear. I could barely get out of bed. Barry Wheeler started visiting. He even cooked me meals. I couldn't stand the guy when I first met him, but he's a better friend than I gave him credit for. And he still checks in, even after he moved out west.
Part 2-1. The depths. Love is weakness. Trigger when viewer close. Intimate. So, why is it love as weakness when she's talking about how Barry came and looked after her? How do those plants stay alive? Well, since we're in the dark place, I'm not sure those are actually plants. I think they're a representation of a plant. Ahti. Oh, that's true. Maybe Ahti's in here singing to them. That is a very angry looking Alan.
Alice's work had consumed the apartment. Her whole life.
Is that a subway car? I like Ahti as the solution. He probably loves plants. That's true. He sings to all of the ones in The Oldest House. Okay, so number 2 is the one further on. So we need to go past that and then into that alcove. Okay. No such things as too personal. The photos are me. Yeah, how did you get these photos, Alice? The ones of Alan covered in blood and dead. That's what I want to know. Just need to show a glimpse, make you see what's beneath the surface.
One morning, I saw a deer soar past my bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera.
Well, that's a depressing viewpoint. Part 2, the comeback. Weakness is clarity.
There was something in the dark. Something I needed to see, to show. The more shadows I photographed and filmed, the more I felt like I was on the verge of a breakthrough. I submerged myself in it. I only went out at night. My search became obsessive, but I still had no idea what I was looking for.
So I noticed this on one of the photos the last time, or the videos the last time we were in Parliament Tower. The lamp behind her flickers in response to the things she's saying, and I don't know what is causing that. But I do want to check the television real quick, because she's wearing a different shirt in part 2, and it has an owl on it, and I want to know what that shirt said. 12th Annual NSVA? What is that? Hold on. Film Festival. 12th Annual Film Festival. That's right. She was doing a film festival in Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I completely forgot about that. That was the whole thing. Was she had made a film and was gonna show it at the drive-through theater. Night Springs. It might be related to Night Springs, but I do remember something about Alice making a film in Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Night Springs Visual Arts. Oh, for NSVA. Yes, that makes sense. Because it didn't say what it actually was, did it? It's the Night Springs Visual Arts Festival. That makes a lot of sense.
There's a world hidden behind ours. A dark tide ebbing and flowing against reality. Faces in the shadows. Fear of the dark is really just fear of what could be, that vast, paralyzing ocean. But photography can freeze reality in a snapshot, put a cage around the infinite and capture it. I need to prove those faces are really there.
Connection through pain, pain through love. No boundaries, be ruthless. Part 4, the realization. Purpose is strength. Hold on, can I get behind here? No, I can't get. Alright, let's look at the art of Alice Wake.
The full manuscript of a novel. Return. A horror story about the dark presence escaping from the dark place, taking over Bright Falls. I couldn't remember writing it. I had not written it. I would never write this. I knew who had. Scratch. A monster with my face. If this story came true, Scratch would get out, people would die. Destroying the manuscript, it wouldn't stop it from happening. I would have to fix it, edit it. I could not change the genre of the story. I'd have to work within the constraints set by Scratch. I needed someone in the story to fight the darkness. Saga Anderson. I kept seeing her in my visions. She was already in Bright Falls, already involved, but she was not in Return. Not yet. I'd write her in. Try to stop Scratch within the limits of the horror story. It was almost impossible. It was taking too long. I had not reached the end.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. It's not meant for me. The meant only for you, I see. Wake up, it's only a dream on a winding road. Now that you're in my bed, in the dark chamber of my head, I flip you over until you bend this winding road. Don't you ever let me go. Forever I am play and pretend. Forever, never, wanting it to end. This message that you send to this winding road, it's just the beginning, only the ending, winding through me now, only the end, it's just the beginning, only the ending, winding through me now, only the end, winding through me
So it was Alan that made the edits to the manuscripts that added Saga in.
Scratch stopped me before I could finish my edits to the manuscript. The memory of my edits was already fading. Terrible things would happen if the manuscript came true. Scratch was there, at Parliament Tower, undoing my work. He could use the story to escape. He could go after Alice.
Interesting. So he met Saga through the overlaps before editing the manuscript, but after Saga had found the edited manuscript. I don't think we can just switch back to Saga from here. We need to continue until we get to a puddle.
Zane had said we worked on Return together. That was a lie. Scratch wrote Return. I would pay Zane another visit. He had guided me to 2 murder sites. I needed a new one to get back to Parliament Tower. A new draft of Initiation.
Masks, Initiation 7. Alan looks a little more disheveled. His hair's not quite right. And his room is flooded. However, Ati is still letting us use his bucket to switch realities. We made it through a part to Initiation 7, so let's go back to Saga and see what happens there. So last time we were with Saga, we had just gotten the clicker back from an overlap with Thornton and Morrison. And now she's really worried because she can't get a hold of anybody, and we need to get back to Bright Falls and figure out what is going on. Because she can't get a hold of David or her daughter, whose name I just forgot, or Alex Casey. And I'm pretty sure we had looked over everything here, because we don't have access to the back of the workshop yet. We're still missing things. And we haven't gone up to the watery lighthouse because nothing has pointed us in that direction yet. So we are going to continue. Oh. We'll see if there's a cult stash there. And then we will continue to Bright Falls. Did you look at that? There is.
Another one of those cult boxes.
That car one was too easy. Here's mine. There are 3 batteries, B1, B2, B3, which have combined charge of 1600 amps. B2 has 128 amps more than B3. B1 has 2 times as many charges as B3. 2 times as much charge as B3. How many amps does B2 have? Okay. What in the 5th grade math is this crap? Yeah, that does seem about right, doesn't it? It's just substitution. I don't have anything to write it with. That's too bad. That's what we can do. Okay. So B2 is what? B3 plus 128? Okay. Okay, I got paper and pencil. Perfect. Remember to show your work for full credit. Yeah. I'm sure the Cult of the Tree is very interested in me showing my work. So we have B1 plus B2 plus B3 is 1600. B2 is B3 plus 128. And B1 is 2 times B3, right? We only care about B2. So that means B1 is 2 times B2 minus 128. Interesting. Which leaves our final equation with 2 times B2 minus 128 plus B2 plus B2 minus 128 equal to 1600. $42. You know, I think that number might be too small. Just saying. But I am getting 4B2 minus what? I know this. I know this. What is it? $386, right? Equals to 1600. I know this is riveting content. That means 4B2 is equal to 1600 minus 386. Which is what again? 1214. 4B2 is 1214. That doesn't sound right. Because that would mean B2 isn't a whole number. And I messed up my math. Oh no. Because 1214 is not divisible by 4. That's because it's not 386. It's 384. I'm bad at math. Because that'd make it 216, which gives us an answer of 304. Alright. After that riveting mathematical display where you just heard me talking, we are going to say it's 304. Tell me I asked for B2. It did. Because it should be 304. No. Hold on. Because that doesn't make sense. Because they all have to add up to 1600. And 304 minus 128. Yeah, there isn't enough. So I did my math wrong. This one might need to be one that I return to later, unless you guys want to just sit and watch me do this. Problem is I don't know where I went wrong. B1 equals 2B3. B3 is B2 minus 128. I found the other problem, other mistake I did. I subtracted instead of added. Instead of 16 minus 384. It's 1600 plus 384, which is 1984. Which means it should be what? 446? It should be 446. Or I can just keep embarrassing myself. $96. Hey, that's a good year. A certain someone was born. 1984. That's good. I think that was the hardest puzzle in this game so far. Why do I have to take a fucking math test to open a stash? What if I needed to get in fast? I can't do math in my head. I'm not at a fucking Loveless. I missed dinner getting this thing open. It was family pizza night. Oh, well, at least the cult is just as frustrated as we are. Oh my gosh. That was awful. But we did it. Now we're gonna go to Bright Falls after wasting 15 minutes on that puzzle. I was expecting her to talk during this. I'm surprised she isn't.
Alan Wake. My name comes up, your books come up, you come up. I've read them. There are echoes of my life in there that makes me feel like someone's been watching me. What happened to Alan Wake? The unanswered mystery. Never expected to find you alive.
My head's killing me.
I think you like using people, Wake. Taking their lives and twisting them into your stories. And when someone gets hurt, it's kick-ass material for the next one. Shit! Spilled my coffee.
Take it you're not a fan then, Agent Casey.
This is not your playground, and I'm not your fucking creation.
It doesn't work that way. You can't make something out of nothing, even in the dark place where the rules hardly apply. It's very complicated to make fiction come true. I saw visions of what's happening, what will happen. Dreams. I tried to use them in my writing. I understand how dangerous it is now. Even with a paralyzing amount of planning. I think I stopped writing. I think I gave up. But there's a manuscript. Maybe I forgot not to write. The dark place makes you forget. I just want to fix this. Find a version of the story that fixes everything.
Shut up! Get down! FBI!
We want the writer!
No one else needs to get hurt! Fuck off!
doing? Scratch! He's close! Stay down! Wait! I need a gun!
No chance.
FBI! Casey! Look out! It's coming! It's here!
That's not good. No chance.
What the fuck?
Hold it! Free!
Why is everything bloody now?
I had escaped the dark place. So had the dark presence. Scratch. He was here, in Bright Falls. I could feel him as a growing pressure in my head. Stronger by the minute. Why didn't he kill me with the rest? What did he want? I gotta get out of here.
This looks like something that happened in the dark place.
I needed to find Casey. We were on the same side in this fight. Strength in numbers.
It's like most of the doors are boarded up. And a lot of the Cult of the Tree died. Did Casey do this?
I need to protect myself. A gun and a flashlight. How nostalgic.
I have 2 shots. Is there any... oh, I don't even have a map. Okay. Is there any ammo over here or something? Can't get out this way.
That's Casey. He was still alive.
I don't have a flashlight. How am I supposed to get one?
Blood water. The fear. Just around the corner.
Oh my gosh. We're just getting run for it.
These were the cultists the FBI were after. Were they letting themselves be taken? Or did the Dark Presence not discriminate?
Okay, I still barely got anything out of that. Logan, that was her name. Why are they repeating that?
The pressure in my head was unbearable. Scratch was getting closer, stronger than ever.
That's a big log he's carrying, too. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna use this. We're gonna wait for them to pass. Okay, we're going.
Casey! Look out!
That sounds like the
It's him!
present.
The pressure eased off. Scratch was further away. I could think again. Casey.
Casey, I'm coming!
Fuck.
Valhalla nursing home.
Casey!
FBI, drop the knife! Elmo?
Suggy, you don't understand! FBC! Stay down!
Positive ID. Alan Wade.
Agent Anderson. Agent Kieran Estevez, Federal Bureau of Control. We'll take it from here.
Out cold.
Wait. This is my case.
This is no longer an FBI investigation. The case has been transferred to us.
Elmo Costello! You're under arrest on
This is
suspicion of
bullshit.
paranatural crime.
Noted. We're moving the evidence and paperwork from your field office to our base of operation at the sheriff's station. Any other pieces of evidence with you? Anything relevant?
The clicker. I can't trust them with it. Nothing comes to mind.
Okay. Then your work here is done. Hey, you did well.
Wait! My partner, Agent Casey's MIA.
We'll look for
He's
him.
my partner, damn it! I
Agent?
should be...
Go home.
Careful moving weight. They think he's a para-utilitarian.
No. Fuck this. I was so close to getting the clicker to wake. I'm not done here. Not until I find Casey. Not until my family is safe from this horror story.
I drifted far, I was lost at sea. The shore was gone, it was nowhere to be seen. A diver sinking under waves where the sun's never been. To ocean green where shadows creep. And Bowie said I should wait in deep. An artist dying for his art to make you finally see. Is that a lighthouse with a dying light? Or a reflection of my glowing eyes? Am I more than just a dream? I write my requiem from my ocean grave. I hit the bottom, I was tossed by waves. The sunken ship, my hiding place beyond the saving grace. I'm waking up to my own scream. Binge catching fish is a recurring theme. Afraid that wading to the shore, it was just a dream. Is that a lighthouse with a dying light? Or a reflection of my glowing eyes? Am I a monster of the deep? Is that a lighthouse with a dying light?
So the FBC came in and took control. But something is going on with Alan, that's for sure.
Tor and Odin were in the photo with the clicker. They might know how it works. I'm off the case, but I can still visit family.
That's a good point, Saga. Interesting how quickly the FBC left. Take a look at this map. So there's a locked door in the Elderwood Palace Lodge. There's Billy's Boatyard, the Bunker Woods, and the Valhalla Nursing Home, with a few cult stashes hidden around. Wow. Let's take a look. Hopefully, the FBC took care of those taken.
Hello?
Saga, it's Tor, your grandfather. About time you were coming to visit, kiddo.
How did you know I was coming to see you?
Never mind that. We have bigger problems. We're losing. Oh, fuck! Fuck you, you fucking hag! Fuck!
Shit. Something is off at that nursing home.
Well, Tor and Odin seem to be in trouble. Probably has something to do with all those taken that the Cult of the Tree turned into. Hey, a page.
The Valhalla Nursing Home, founded in 2014 for Odin and Tor Anderson of the Old Gods of Asgard fame for their twilight years. Built after the return comeback tour, flip-flopped to be their farewell tour, cut short, canceled. As their agent, Barry Wheeler had managed to coax a few hit songs out of them before that. Balance Lays the Demon, a couple of others. The old men rocked like their namesakes. The backstage parties got out of hand. The air was thick with smoke. Wheeler squinted. His migraine flared, booze and drugs. A rock and roll cliche. They ran off after every gig. Wheeler had security track them down to the craziest after parties.
So the Valhalla Nursing Home was actually built for Odin and Tor, which is pretty fun. It's interesting knowing now that Al is the one doing the edits to the pages. That what changes he's making. Like, why would Al make this change, is what I'm thinking now. Because it's not adding Barry to it. It's giving him a migraine and making things cliche and having to track down security, you know? And then we did get a few new things for the case board while we're here. The mask was at the well. Mulligan and Thornton tried to hide the mask in the well, same as the body of their victim. Pretty messed up. But now we have the Valhalla Nursing
Tor
Home.
and Odin might know something about the clicker. With Wake out of reach, this is my best lead.
Tor and Odin are connected to the cult and the clicker. With Wake in FBC custody, this is my best lead. I need to find out what they know. Tor was about to tell me something. What happened to Tor? I heard him yelling before the call was cut off. Is Tor okay? I don't know if Tor's okay. Let's see, what else did we get? We got some nursery rhymes. A lot of nursery rhymes. How did we get so many? Oh, we got a bunch of dolls. Okay. What a little cutie. So well painted, too. The trickster doll has nice details, but gives me the creeps. The maiden doll used to solve the rhyme puzzle. It's got a little bag for all its maidenly needs. Wise elder doll. What is that? A sledgehammer? Do wise old men usually carry those? Well, now that just makes me think that this is a doll of Tor. Child doll. Cute. I like the braids. Mother doll. Holding the belly, a bit on the nose for my taste. An email exchange between FBC researchers about the nursery rhymes. The emails indicate the FBC is authoring these rhymes, but why? Fake correspondence between nursery rhyme characters. The letters are part of the FBC file written in the style of the fictional characters. There was a rhyme found in a mobile home in Watery. A rhyme about a girl who fell for the wrong guy. Why is it always the girl who gets cheated on? A rhyme found at the dock by Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park. A rhyme about a fisherman who lost their catch to a hungry bear. I am so glad I didn't have to fight a bear. FBC file listing test sites in Watery. Oh really? Does this go up with the Watery rhymes? Locations are the Ranger Cabin, Trailer Park, Lighthouse, Downtown, Coffee World, and the Woods. You know, that makes me think I might actually be able to get to all of those now that the water has receded. But I don't have all of the tools I need. I still need bolt cutters. What other cases do we have? Cult stashes, that's right. Watery Trailer Park. Locked cult box, check. Supplies inside, check. Weird creepy note, also check. Stash found at the Watery docks. Stash was barely concealed at all. It was just sitting on the pier, which might be why the lock was so tough with a very basic math problem. The story. I entered the Watery overlap by completing a parade float. The float was about a murder. The specific content of the art seems significant. And these are for later. Okay. What other cases do we have? The Cult of the Tree. What about the Cult of the Tree? The cult just tried to kill Alan. Why would... Okay, the cult is working for or with someone. Why do they want to kill Wake? What is their motive? Are they acting on Scratch's orders? Ilmo Koskela attacked Wake while wearing a deer mask.
Keep trying.
Really? Oh, Ilmo and Yako. I saw him with my own two eyes. No doubt Ilmo is in the cult, but what about Yako? And then the story just has the ones that are for later. Okay, so we completed all of those. We do have some weapon upgrades, but I don't think 6 is enough to do anything with. Yeah, 6 is not enough to do anything with. We listened to Superhero and The Happy Song by Poets of the Fall. It's giving us an option to go back to the dark place with Alan, but I think we want to stay here. If I'm not carrying around the crossbow, I'm gonna put the bolts away. Okay, I think that's enough. And we are going to go ahead and manually save. Because that is all the time I have. Sorry about the unstable beginning to the stream and spending 15 minutes on a 5th grade math problem. But the FBC is in town and looks to be taking over. And we get to go see more of Torrin Anderson, which will be fun. But there's definitely something going on with Alan and Scratch and Zane and Alice. And it's very strange how things seem to be working between the manuscript that Wake is editing, the brief instances in the overlaps where Saga and Wake can talk, and just the timeline of everything seems really off. I think that's on purpose. I'm really tempted to see what the two different sides of the conversation are when they're not being interrupted or distorted. But next time we will go to Valhalla Nursing Home. In the meantime, let's raid somebody who's playing Alan Wake for the first time. We'll see who we can find. I too prefer to find people who are doing first playthroughs. And I think I found one. So stick around for this raid. And thanks for hanging out.